What's up, everybody? I'm Chef Mike Jerez.
And I'm John Baruti.
And we are the $1 Million Food Guys.
So, Mike.
Yes.
Our second episode of the year.
Absolutely.
What are we talking about? He's the one who does all the, scheduling of what we're talking about.
We today are going to be talking about the Karens.
The Karens.
Everybody knows the Karens.
Okay, before we get into it, I just have to say, because we always forget, subscribe.
Yes.
Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. Now, I'm just going to go, the millennials that are watching this, if any, tune this out. But everybody else is having issues with hitting the subscribe button.
Yes.
It's not when we do the graphics in the video, it says subscribe and the bell. Yep. You can't hit that. You can't hit that. You can't hit that.
Okay.
Underneath the video, it says in gray, it says subscribe. You hit it, right? And then it turns, oh no, I think it's red and then it turns gray when you subscribe. Right next to that is the bell.
Yes.
The bell, basically, when us two geniuses do the videos and we put them out, it automatically tells you when they're out. And if you hit the bell, it'll go from, I think, blue to gray with a line through it, means that you've hit the bell. I'm sorry for the tutorial, but many people have contacted me and said, I can't hit it. It's not. Goes with the Karen thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Goes with the Karen thing. So I'm going to let Mike start off because he's got way more than I do.
Well, what is a Karen? A Karen is a person that comes, it got named, especially this year with the COVID thing and everything. A person comes out and just complains about everything, and they got the nickname the Karens.
What's the guy version? I always forget.
I don't know the guy
version.
Trev,
you know what the guy version is?
Not off the top of
All right, Google it. Google it.
Up,
All right, Trev's going to work on that.
So, and it's not just in the restaurant industry, it's in every business.
Everywhere.
Everybody has their fair share of Karens, and a lot of it's been documented on YouTube.
I get stuck on the TikToks.
Do you watch TikTok? Yeah, so there's millions of them.
Where is it? Next door at the mall. Go.
What the address is on that? You f***ing asshole!
I mean, you go to YouTube right now and just type Karen. They have the top 10 Karens, top 5 Karens. I mean, it's just nuts. But locally, and we're going to mention some names like Dave Kleinmore, Dave's Famous Subs. He always deals with a bunch of Karens. Jimmy Capone, one of our followers here.
Follower and good friend.
Very good friend. He's dealt with a bunch of Karens. Downtown's excellent stuff.
You can't be in the food business.
I don't think any business with the COVID. I think it's all relevant, but we had our fair share this summer, and it's.
I hope he remembers most of them because he's told me about some. Yeah, and they're pretty freaking funny.
They're pretty wild. Sometimes you really have to look back and go, oh my God, are people really this serious? Like you have to question.
And it's funny. I went on Mike's.
You have to question it.
I actually prepared for this a couple weeks ago when we were supposed to do it. I didn't bring my notes like an idiot.
Right.
So I was looking on both my site, Summer Sweets, and my old site, Harvest House, just to look for them. And then I went on Mike's site, right, Chef's ABG.
Yep.
And I saw all the ones you were talking about.
Yep. The best though, the cool thing, well, it's not cool, but people are getting called out for it now.
Yeah.
So if you act like a Karen, you're going to be called out for it now. Back in the day, if you complain, people were like, okay, whatever, she complained.
Yes.
Now they'll call you out as a Karen, right to your name.
Yes.
And they're like, you're Karen. Beat it, Karen. Bye, Karen. Right to your face.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the ladies who are actually named Karen because they're like,
sorry,
wait
Karen.
a minute, what did I?
Sorry for all the good Karens.
Yeah, sorry for the good Karens because they're like, wait, my name's Karen and I'm a nice person. I'm like, oh God. Yeah. So, but we had a bunch this summer.
Side note, because I'm a retard and I do this to Mike. Have you seen the commercial with the M&Ms?
I have.
With the Karen.
Yes.
Sorry, I called you Karen. That's my name. Sorry, your name is Karen.
I mean, it's pretty much in all the media today. It's pretty much all over the place, and it's blown up on.
What do we got,
social
Trev?
media, so.
Terry.
What?
Carrie.
Terry?
No, Terry.
Oh,
Terry. So the guy version's Terry. Oh. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
I like the Karen better. But we had one of the most famous ones that we had this summer was we only allowed outside dining, which everybody else in the industry had.
Can I just preface this by saying 99.9% of Mike's comments, and this isn't because we're best friends, but I looked, are positive. 99.9 of them are positive.
Absolutely. But so we had the outside dining this summer because everybody had outside dining. You weren't allowed inside, and we're on a beach. If you haven't know or don't know where we are, we're located on the ocean. So we set tables up on a little parcel of beach that we had, and you actually sat in the sand, buried your toes in the sand.
We were there.
So, and we also
came.
told people, listen, if you're coming with high heels or you're coming dressed on, this is not the place to come out because
come comfortable.
You might, you can wear shorts, t-shirt, flip flops, where normally you have to be dressed appropriately.
Yes.
But since with all the rules, we lightened everything up and said, come the way you are, man. Yeah. And people really, most of the people enjoyed it. They stuck their feet in the sand. They relaxed.
Except for Karen.
Karen came, and now, okay, so you're outside. This is outside dining.
I understand.
And we're on the beach.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Now, what lives on the beach? What lives outside? Animals.
Yes.
Lots of them. Critters.
Yes.
But we're also next to Island Beach State Park, which is a bird sanctuary, an animal sanctuary
Yes.
that has animals that are protected.
Raccoons,
the
squirrels,
foxes, there's
foxes.
birds, there's owls. So we're right next to that. I mean, literally 1 foot over.
Yes.
So if you think that none of those animals are coming over, you're wrong. And
mind you, you're eating outside in the sand. So it's not like Mike's crew can go and sweep up at the end of the night.
Correct. So
right?
what
If
happens
there's
is
big things, you pick them up.
yeah. So like you're eating your bread, let's say, okay, and bread, some of their crumbs, whatever. So you're eating your bread, and bread falls on the ground. Well, you fall in the sand. What are you going to do? You're going to brush your foot over it.
Right.
It's in the sand. It's not like you're in a dining room
Right.
where we could sweep it up,
Right.
or like you said.
I just want to be clear because even watching this, there's going to be some Karens.
Oh, they're not cleaning up at night.
So-
they're not doing the right job.
The funniest thing is we have 32 HD cameras everywhere. So we have cameras on the beach looking at everything. So at night, sometimes I would wake up like 2 a.m. and I put the cameras on, and the whole beach area was filled with animals eating all the food off the ground.
Right.
Well, what that does is they're like, hey, buddy. They're telling their buddy, hey, buddy, guess what? There's more food every night.
Carl, let's go over to ABG.
There is a plethora of food on the floor. A plethora. And so we would get more animals coming out.
Yeah.
Well, then instead of coming out at night when no one was there, they started coming out during the day and looking for food. I mean, it was to the point where a fox was crawling on your back or on your back door.
But Bobby came. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, so during the day, it's not too bad during the day. It's at night when the lights go down is when the animals come out.
Got it.
But we've had crabs and snakes, rabbits, raccoons, squirrels, foxes.
Welcome to COVID.
And mice, a lot of mice, field mice, which the birds that are sanctuary eat the field mice.
Right.
It's
their
a
food.
whole eco thing,
Yeah.
right? So this table's
Lion
out there,
King.
the Karens are out there having their dinner, and this lady happens to spot a field mouse running around.
Outside, by the way.
Outside, you're outside, and it happens to run over her foot. So she's sitting down there.
I get it. It's not the most pleasant thing.
Runs over her foot because it was going into the dunes.
Right.
It was like jetting across.
Got it. She freaked out.
You thought that someone took her children and slaughtered them in front of her because she put on a scene like you've never seen, screaming and yelling, and we're on sanitary.
I can't say I wouldn't have screamed like a girl either. I can't say that.
I mean, but we're
you
on
gotta
sanitary.
understand.
We have mice. So then she proceeds to come into the restaurant and say that we have mice in the restaurant, which we don't.
No.
We get Seaside Pest Control. Seaside Johnny, he does our pest control every week. We have a million traps. We haven't had any incidents at all. I mean, we run a very, very clean establishment.
Again, outside, dude. It's outside.
So now she wants a full meal. She wants everything comp. She wants and it's for an animal that just lives there.
Now, were you there to handle it, or
I was not? My manager Brian was there to handle it, and he pretty much told her no. Like you ate your dinner,
right?
It's not. This is not really our fault, So that would made the Karen come out when she didn't get her full entire dinner comped.
Yeah.
And you're talking like a $300-$400 check. You're not talking $30.
Right.
She wanted everybody's meal comped.
Yeah.
She felt inconvenienced.
Yeah.
So then
in the industry, the theory really always has been, and it's turning now. It's turning back on the Karen. The theory has always been just give the customer what they want,
right?
Calm them down,
move
them on. But the ridiculousness of
yes,
of
and also what was going on in our situation. We're in the middle of COVID. We're doing half the amount of people we're doing in the middle of summer. We're barely surviving.
Yeah.
To comp a meal like that is It's a lot for us. But we felt it wasn't necessary because it was an animal that lived there, ran across. Sorry, things
And you
happened.
weren't upset with Brian for doing that.
Not at all. So she went, of course, on all the social media and blasted us.
I
Every
saw it.
Yelp and
I did see
TripAdvisor
it.
and blah, 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 blah. And then, so threatening me, the million calls.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
And
call
you
the health
can't delete
department on
that,
you.
right?
I'm going
You
to
can't
call
delete that.
you can't delete it. I'm going to call the health department on you. I'm going to call, you're unsanitary. I'm going to bury you.
But you blocked her, I think, right?
We blocked her on our Facebook personally because she was like, everybody that would.
Inconsolable.
Well, everybody that would put a nice comment up, she would attack them going, yeah, but there's mice. How can you say it's nice when there's mice running around? So anyway, there was no stopping this woman. She was on a mission. So a couple weeks later, I get a knock on the door, and it's the health department. She really did call the health department on us. And by law, they have to come out and see.
Of course.
And she said, you
And
got the
rightfully
complaint.
so, I get
and
it.
She
And what did they find, Mike?
And she threatened me a million times that she was going to call. So we knew that, some people threaten, they don't make good on
Health
it.
department came by,
She made
inspected
good.
the whole place. What'd you get?
We got a clean bill of, actually
Right.
spotless. Because the same day that happened also was Seaside. I call Seaside Pest Control, and they brought. I said I want the biggest traps you have, and they're like this.
No matter what they do, they're not
Right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I said, just as peace of mind for people, I go, I want 100 of them. Put them around the whole entire perimeter
Right.
of the outside, just so people can see that we're proactive.
Right.
And we are trying to accommodate, the best we can.
Yeah.
Is it going to help it?
No.
They're still going to exist because the amount of food and animals, and that's what the animals eat. So he came out, he saw the traps, he saw everything. He checked she said it was in the bathroom. Well, there was nothing in our bathroom. There was nothing because the way they work it is when you put a trap out, you put the bait in the trap, and it's a hard bait. So when you shake the trap, you hear it. It sounds like nuts, kind of. So this guy checked every single bait trap, and all of them had full baits in them. If there was a problem, all the baits would be gone.
Right.
If there was an incident of mouse. So
long story short, the fact of the matter is that everybody is going through tremendous problems with COVID.
Yes.
Everybody is trying to accommodate people.
yes.
And was this an issue? Yeah, it was an issue. The woman had a mice run over her foot. I probably would have been upset. I wouldn't have blamed the restaurant because we're outside. I wouldn't have gone on social media because we're outside.
Correct.
But I can get the fact that you're upset. That I get. But the fact that the Karens go over and above to try to hurt the business
Yes.
is absurd. It's absurd.
And she ate her whole entire meal.
Yeah.
So and this started in the beginning of her meal. So if it was you were so offended, wouldn't you just get up and leave or
Up
say,
and
listen,
leave,
I'm not
that's
paying,
it."
I'm done, I'm walking out. No, they finished the plates were clean.
And
they had dessert and everything and coffee on the way out. And that's when she says, I want you to pay for everything. That's when we were like, no.
And I will blame this on a lot of the, over the years, being politically correct, trying to appease people that should not be appeased.
Right.
And listen, I own businesses, right? I get it. Sometimes you have to please people just to move them along. But sometimes it's like, it's so hurtful to the restaurant. Forget the $300. But the stuff that they're putting
absolutely.
on
Absolutely.
because what do people do? If you've never been to Mike's restaurant, you've never been to my ice cream store, what's the first thing you do if you're going to go? Yelp, Google, check it out.
All right.
Now, if you see this as one of the first posts, you're like, even though it's 5 stars, both of our places are 5 stars.
Right.
You're never going to go there. You're never going to go
But this,
there.
she even took it further. She says she works into some kind of hair salon or something in Tom's River. She said she was going to go to every hand salon.
No. And I
Because I know some with the hair salon.
It was, but she was in, and the reason I know this is because Anthony and son, friends of ours are up there. Denville.
Oh, okay.
Denville, New Jersey. Do you know how far Denville is from us?
Yeah.
It's about 2.5 hours.
She was going to go to every hair salon and Treasures and everything.
She went into the hair salon. I'm not sure if she owned it or if she was getting her hair done. And all the other people, she says, all the girls in the hair salon, she's in Denville. He's in Seaside Park. All the girls were talking about it.
Right.
Oh, was there a Denville meeting? Was there a Denville reunion at Chef ABG's? No.
Yeah, I don't.
So she
I just saw hair salon.
Karen'd it up.
Oh,
went
Karen
to the
hard.
hair salon
Yeah.
and was telling everybody in the hair salon, which, listen, people from Denville come down. I'm sure there's a lot of people from Denville eat your restaurant. But the whole point of this video today is, I'm going to tell you a quick Karen story too. It's get the F over it, right?
And we forgot another good Karen guy is Lou Smith from Blend, by the way. Hi, Lou.
Hold on. Did you see the newest one?
Yeah, Lou gets some good Karens too.
Did you see it?
I did, but he goes. Lou is a little more aggressive than us because he'll go right for your throat.
Lou, I love you, but you're a little bit psycho.
And he'll go right for your throat
Yes.
and choke you and come to your house
What
and light
was
your
it?
house on fire.
Somebody
said the food was bland. They gave him 1 stars and all this
She
sort of
wasn't
stuff.
excited or something.
Yeah, he went crazy.
And he was like, if you want to be excited, he went off on her. And
He takes it to an extreme.
He does, and so do those guys. You went to the restaurant and you told me about it. What was that? Not to promote them, but you had a really nice meal. What was the name of that restaurant in Long Branch? Those guys go after their customers that hate them.
The Butcher Block.
The Butcher Block.
Yeah, the Butcher Block.
Mike went to this place, loved it. He told me about how they go after people that say they don't like their food.
Yes.
They are like vicious.
They're brutal.
Brutal.
Yep. They'll actually kick you out and hand you an Outback gift card and tell you to be.
I didn't believe it, but you go on their thing and you read it, and they're actually
Their motto is "Stay the f home." You want to come out and complain? Just stay the f home.
You know what? At first, I'm like, these guys are idiots, but then I'm like, you know what? Good for
Their
them.
marketing. They got 500,000 followers on Instagram.
But good for them. I mean, how much?
The marketing is
take?
tremendous.
How much do you take as an entrepreneur that's putting your whole life,
Yes.
and not only your life, most likely your parents' life, right? Because how many parents have given to their kids to do their restaurant or this or that?
Yep.
You're jeopardizing
Oh,
everything.
it's tough. It's
you know,
tough.
and not only that, you're being unreasonable. So my quick story is at Summer Sweets. Last year we started doing food Facebook advertising,
Right.
and for Facebook the best thing to do is a video, right? So we did a quick video with all the girls, and one of the girls, she was just happened to be making cake, so I went in the back with this camera, and I'm like, I'm gonna take some pictures. So she's decorating it, and she's got bracelets on, the little girly bracelets. They're made out of like twine, and they have beads on them, and it has a couple of dangling beads, right? She's got gloves on. She's got a mask on. She's decorating. And if by the camera angle, it looks like the beads touch the cake. They did not touch the cake.
Right.
They didn't get near the cake. But by the camera angle, it looked like it touched.
Sure.
This Karen, right, goes on and on about how unsanitary if you've ever been in our store, you can eat off the floor.
Yep.
How unsanitary our store is. And how could we even think of posting this when we're so disgusting that our staff is touching, in this COVID environment, their bracelets, it never touched the cake. Like, they go on, and notice who the Karens are, though. Like, I noticed who yours was. Well, she had like 30 or 40 reviews.
Right. Yeah.
Same thing with this woman. It's never the person that has 1 or 2 reviews and is like, you know what? I didn't have a great experience. Great, good. Listen, I can't make you happy 100% of the time. I can't. It's impossible. I used to drive myself nuts over it because I couldn't. We cannot. You can't make everybody happy, right? You try the best you can. You learn from the mistakes you make, right? And you move on.
You fix them.
But these Karens, they're constantly out there trying to destroy people. And it's just not fair to the
amazing.
industry.
It really is amazing. So what we're going to do on coming up very soon is all those places we talked about. We're actually going to go to all these establishments and let everybody, a lot of people we talked about, give their Karen experience. And we're going to do like a compilation.
Yes.
Of everybody's famous Karen.
Compilation of Karens.
Compilation of Karen stories, and we're going to air that one day, and I think you'll get a big kick out of it.
Yep.
Jody M. Wait time, 1 hour plus. Unacceptable. We waited in a dark and musty waiting area. Really? Musty? And it'll be very, very funny because everybody's got one. I mean, like I said, I talked to Jimmy Capone. He was like, oh my God. He goes, how much tape do you have? I can go on and ever for Karen's. But everybody, Dave's always posting stuff from Dave's Famous Subs.
Yep.
I mean, everybody's always got something going on. And like I said, it's not even in our industry. It's
everywhere.
In, Home Depot. It's in
hotels.
Everything. It's at the Verizon store. It's at the gas station.
Yep.
Because you name it.
People are effing entitled.
Yes,
people are
100%.
And we all get upset, but people feel they're entitled, and you should give this. Sorry about the point. You should give this to me. Well, why? Like, if you really had a bad experience, I get it, but you're blowing it out of proportion. We're just trying to make a living here. We're trying to make you happy by coming, in our instance, to eat something. In other instances,
and there was always people that complained, but this last year with it seemed like it was elevated.
Last 3 years,
and I think too, with the advent of cameras on the phones now, it made everything.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's filming everything. So if an incident happens at our place, the first thing you see is every customer going like this.
Yeah.
Everybody, every customer is going like this.
I told Mike during this whole thing, you know, we talk.
It's crazy,
We're good
man.
friends,
It's
and
crazy.
he's freaking out because he can't have enough people in the restaurant or even in the outside to survive. He's like, what am I said, Mike, to be honest with you, F it. If I still had a restaurant, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd tell the government to go F themselves. I'd be like that Jim. I wouldn't care, right? But Mike's response to me was intelligent. He goes, John, today, not when I owned the restaurant 15 years ago, but today, everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got a camera.
Yes.
Everybody is their own publisher, right?
Right.
You can't get away with it for 2 seconds.
Right.
As soon as there's people sitting like this, they're going to do this. They're going to post it. The government's going to come down and shut me down.
We don't have
I
to
get
police it. They're
I
going to
get
police it for us.
I
They're
get
the
it.
cop. We're not the cops anymore.
I get it.
They're the cops.
I get
and
it.
they tell us how we dictate to do our business.
Yeah.
And it's and you know who it is? It's the disgruntled person. It's like, let's say we put in
no
X
doubt.
amount of capacity. That's all we're allowed. But the one guy who can't get in, if he sees that extra table that we happen to
Yep.
just squeeze in just to make an extra buck,
Yep.
man, you think World War III happened.
No, it's true.
And that's the shame. That's the
Yeah.
shame about
No,
it
it is.
because the advent of these cameras.
It really is ruining the small business.
And it's not even like you said, it's everywhere, but even like road rage incidents, you know, the cameras,
out
you
of
see,
control.
like, I mean, it's out of control what's
control.
happening.
Out of
So,
control.
you know, putting the cameras in the phones was a good thing and maybe a really
Well,
bad
I'm
thing.
looking forward to us either because I'm not sure. I'm opening the ice cream store. You're opening the restaurant. I would like to get to all our friends.
Yep.
The ideal situation, and I've said this to Mike, and we're going to try. Maybe we talk to if you have a Karen episode, and you could easily just go on your iPhone or cell phone, tell us the story. Send it to me, and then we're going to make a compilation. We're going to
that'd be
try
cool.
to get to people.
To everybody, yeah, that'd be great. I mean-
but if you can, 2 seconds, get on your iPhone, right? Just like you're doing a selfie, talk into it and say, listen, I had a Karen, John, Mike, I had a Karen episode, and this is what happened, and then send it to us. That would be awesome. And I'm going to put all this
and it
together.
doesn't have to be our industry. It could be any industry.
Anything.
So, you know, whatever the
We got
Karen.
friends. Yeah.
You know, Denise Constantine, very, very big follower of ours.
Yep.
You know, and she owns a cleaning business.
Yeah.
I'm
I can
sure.
only imagine.
I'm sure she's got a few Karen stories up her sleeve.
I turned the
with Les.
couch over and ripped out the thing, and you didn't clean. I can only
Right,
imagine.
I can only. So I'd love to hear a couple of her stories.
Yeah.
She's always a big supporter of us.
Yeah,
and,
she is.
And
Hey, Denise.
Yeah. Hey, Les.
Laz, how you doing?
So you know, good people. You
Yeah,
know, and I'm
very good
sure.
people.
In the cleaning end of it has a bunch of Karens. You can only imagine on that end what it must be like.
my
So,
God.
I mean, everywhere you go. But
We're gonna end this.
Yes, we're gonna end this one. Wrap it up. Yep.
And, I mean, we
So that's exciting. We got something cool coming up with that.
yeah, we have we could probably go on all day about the Karens. Yeah, we really could.
It's very
no,
easy.
No, honestly, we could.
It's very easy.
Yeah. But the episode coming up, I don't know. It's probably going to take us a while to compilate all that.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, a couple weeks we might have something going on,
Yeah.
or if not, end of March. You know, so but look forward to it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's why you got to ring that bell because every update you might
Ring the bell.
see the
Hit the
Karen
subscription.
compilation.
And not on the. It's below. It's down here. Subscribe. Love you guys.
All right,
Another
thanks.
episode. We'll see you on the next
See
one.
ya.
Trev, you're on it. I got to go to the bathroom.
All right, cool.
And the next one is.
There's one right up here. You know.
Yeah.